Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today we're doing the Road to Undisputed 126 pounds featherweight. So basically, if you saw the first video, I'm doing the Road to the Undisputed Title, if there is one, for each division, because we are in the 4-belt era, and we have multiple undisputed champions that have unified all 4 belts, and I want to go into each division and talk about what it's going to take for them to do it, if they can, or also whether, if it's even possible, but also for the divisions that have undisputed champions already, how they keep it, how they got there, all that good stuff. So let's look at the 126-pound featherweight division. Before we get into that, though, guys, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I try to build my channel up. If you don't like what I'm doing, you can give me a thumbs down or let me know, leaving a comment, whatever. I'm all about it. I like to hear everybody's opinion. So now we're going to look at the 126-pound featherweight division and look at the road to the undisputed title. And it's definitely a complicated one, to say the least. So you currently have 4 world champions, but all have been won within the past 11 months. That's the longest reigning world champion we have at featherweight right now. And that is Ray Vargas. He's a WBC champion, and he's under the, he won the title with a win over Mark Magsayo last year by a split decision. And he's under the Premier Boxing Champions banner for promotions. Then you have, he also has a mandatory title fight due against Brandon Figueroa. That's likely going to be his next opponent. Most people feel, myself included. So he's probably going to face him second half of the year. Then you have the WBA champion right now is Lee Wood. He just regained the belt at the end of May with a unanimous decision victory over Mauricio Lara, as he was competing for the vacant belt because Lara lost the title on the scales, and that was a rematch. Wood has a mandatory title fight due against some undefeated fighter who's 11-0, or 12-0 with 11 knockouts, or 11-0 with 10 knockouts, something like that. But Lee Wood and Eddie Hearn are going to try to bypass that and fight Josh Warrington instead, because they want a big showdown with Josh Warrington. Excuse me, there's even a possibility that Lee Wood vacates the belt just to fight Warrington, because he really doesn't want to fight his mandatory challenger. Then for the WBO, you have Robesai Ramirez. He just captured the title in April with a, convincing unanimous decision victory over former champ Isaac Dogbe. And he's actually returning on the July 25th card, taking on some little-known Japanese fighter and a, stay busy initial defense for him. And then you have Luis Lopez holds the IBF title. He captured that belt back in December when he upset Josh Warrington by a close decision, and then just recently retained the title for the first time with a brutal 5th-round knockout of Michael Conlan. Both those last 2 fighters are under the under ESPN and Top Rank, Luis Lopez and Ramirez. So the path to undisputed here is a complicated one. You have 4 champions and under 3 different, banners here. And working together is tough, because in this division, there is no solid, locked-in superstar that can throw his weight around to get any fight that he wants. And there's also not, any of these 4 champions aren't guys that are complete pushovers to where they can't demand what they want on their show. So it's highly complicated. It really is. And the belts don't seem to be moving towards each other outside of the 2 belts that are under the Top Rank banner. I really believe Luis Lopez and Robesai Ramirez, if they don't fight in the second half of this year, they'll fight in the first half of next year to unify belts. That's going to give weight towards Top Rank at that point. But you have, for the WBA, the winner of Warrington and Lee Wood, whoever it is in that fight, I don't think they're going to want to make a mandatory, so that belt's probably going to go vacant, and you're probably going to see a new fresh face become WBA champion. and it could be under Eddie Hearn's banner. So then maybe if it's a new guy that's a banger, maybe Eddie Hearn might cave to the PBC and let the winner of Vargas and Figueroa attempt to unify belts, at that point. But that's the thing. The PBC has a decent amount of opposition to throw at the winner of Vargas and Figueroa, which I personally feel is going to be Brandon Figueroa. But there doesn't seem to be a clear-cut path to Undisputed. Again, we definitely, in my opinion, I definitely believe we're going to see a unification bout between Robesai Ramirez and Luis Lopez. That's going to give solid weight to the winner of that fight, which I think Bob Arum is really hoping is Robesai Ramirez, because he's just such a good, talented fighter. I really think Bob Arum, who's brought him up nicely, really wants to put to have him be the future of the division in featherweight. So that's going to give a lot of weight right there. But then I don't see them working with anybody else to unify belts. Whoever comes out, maybe, like I said, maybe at that point we could see somebody, if it's under the Eddie Hearn banner, or if it's somebody else with a low-level name, they win a title, maybe they'll come to Top Rank and ESPN and make that fight, that unification bout. But Brandon Figueroa is going to be the tough one, because he probably is the biggest name in the division right now. And if he defeats Ray Vargas, then he's going to want big fights, and he's going to want everything to be on his terms over with the PBC. And that's why I just really don't see a road to Undisputed right now, unless belts go vacant and you see promotional guys that are under the same banner fighting as some of the other champions, fighting to become world champions. So it's going to be interesting to see. I do like the featherweight division, and that's what's disappointing, is you have some very good fighters, but it's going to be highly difficult to see these guys come together to unify all 4 belts anytime soon. Maybe by the end of the year there is more of a path to Undisputed, and we'll cover that. We'll let everything shake out, and then we'll cover it to see if there is a possibility there. But as of right now, I'll be straight with you, I do not see a clear road to the Undisputed title. So in the 126-pound featherweight division. So that's it. That's what I got. That's my road to Undisputed at 126 featherweight. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support that I get. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.